Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a very mysterious NFT project. Now, this project is called Loot, and a lot of you may have heard it over the past days as it really did explode in value. However, since then it's came down a little bit and it's become a bit more quiet, and I've therefore wanted to make a video on it. Now, Loot, in my opinion, could go up 100x or it could go to zero. This all completely depends on chance and it depends on what the community does. So it's very interesting, very mysterious, and probably the most speculative investment I've ever made. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, join the Discord channel, follow me on Twitter, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. As you can see, the tweet that I've got up on my screen here is the first ever tweet made about Loot Project. Now, Dom is the founder of Loot Project. If you don't know who Dom is, he essentially made Vine, which died a couple of years ago. However, since he made Vine, Dom has been very active in the Ethereum space and the NFT space, and he's done a lot of NFTs. Now, this is probably one of his biggest yet most simple projects. What Dom wrote on Twitter was Loot. Randomized adventure gear, no images or stats, intentionally omitted for others to interpret, no fee, just gas, 8,000 bags total, and then he posted a screenshot of what it is. That was the only post about Loot Project. You may have also seen, Loot has taken the NFT marketplace by storm. Loot is #1 out of all collections every 24 hours or so. As you can see, Loot Project is having more trading volume than both Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks, showing that a lot of people are interested and excited in this project. However, what actually is this project? A lot of people look at Loot Project and they are very confused because it looks like nothing. But in today's video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what it is and exactly what its potential is. As you can see on my screen, this is all Loot Project is. There are 8 words on a black background. These words show different items such as divine robe, amulet, chain gloves, shoes, and a few more different items. So, all Loot Project is 8 words on a screen. And you may be wondering, why are people paying so much for 8 words on a screen? And at first glance, it does look a little bit ridiculous. Why are so many people paying so much money for this? Some Loot Project NFTs have been selling for over $100,000, and it does look a little bit ludicrous. However, the whole point of Loot Project is to completely rework NFTs. What Loot Project is doing is it's flipping NFTs on its head and it's doing something totally different. As we can see here on the screen, this is the typical approach of an NFT. NFTs typically take a top-down approach. As such, there is a creator of an NFT. Now, this creator will give value to the NFT. This creator may draw some art behind the NFT. This creator may make a video game behind the NFT. Let's think of Axie Infinity as an example. The creator makes a video game, then he makes little video game characters, and those characters are NFTs. As a direct result, all of the value for the NFT is given by the creator. If the creator wants to give these NFTs more value, they can do more and more cool stuff with the NFTs. However, the members of the community can't give those NFTs more valuable. This is because the community members aren't drawing them, the community members aren't making them, the community members aren't doing anything with them. It's just the creator ascribing a certain amount of value to the NFT. As a result, this essentially puts a cap on the worth that the NFT can be. This NFT can't be worth more than the entire world, as a creator can't build that much on top of the NFT. They can only build as much as it's possible for a human to do. As a direct result, Loot has flipped this on its head, and the value that could be ascribed to these NFTs could be endless. Loot has done a bottom-up approach, where Loot has done the simplest thing they possibly could. They just put words on a page. As a direct result, it's up to the community to build this NFT. If the community wants to do totally nothing with these NFTs, well, Loot is completely worthless. But if the community want to build on top of the NFT, then it's going to be worth a lot more. So this gives completely free roam to the community. The community can do anything with these NFTs. Of course, you could simply draw art on top of these NFTs if you wanted, and this art could be bound together by the words on the page. However, you could also make video games on top of this NFT. For example, somebody could make a whole video game, a big medieval video game, and if you enter into the video game, it will give you items based on your loot NFT. All of the words on that page, the video game will give you some items. However, you could go from this video game to another video game, and this other video game could give you its own version of those items. And when you're carrying around the text with all of the words on it, all of these video games are giving you a different set of items for that game. And this doesn't end there. You can essentially build whatever you want on top of this NFT. It could keep going, and there would be a whole bunch of use cases that we haven't even thought of yet. It's up to the community. What will the community do? The community could give out merch for these NFTs. The community could do essentially anything. So it will be interesting to see. One of the first big things that have happened is there has been a few little bit of iterations of this so far. Some people have been drawing up art of what these items could look like, and you can unbundle your loot bag to see some different bits of art on different websites. However, it's important to note that not much has been built just yet, and this doesn't really constitute that much so far. So, the quite simple bull case for loot is that a lot of people love this. The community thinks this is great, and the community really gets around it. The community start building games, art, the metaverse on top of these NFTs, and use cases that we can't even think of just yet. When you hold this loot bag, and the loot bag contains those words, you are given certain things. You're given certain privileges, and you can do certain things because there have been stuff built on it. If there's tons and tons of use cases and more building, well, there's no real limit on where this project could go. Individuals could build billions and billions or even trillions of dollars of value on this NFT. Now, this is the absolute bull case that could happen if everyone really gets around it. Everyone starts building on top of loot, but that is probably on the unlikely side. Now, the bear case, the absolute bear case, which is also probably on the more unlikely side, is nothing happens. Nobody really builds anything and it doesn't go anywhere. Of course, this would mean the token and loot itself would go to zero, and it would all go to zero because nothing is built on it and it has no fundamental value whatsoever. You must remember, Loot Project has completely no fundamental value right now. The point is for the community to give it fundamental value. The community need to actually make something of it and give this project some value. Now, the next thing that I briefly want to discuss is Loot Project has a token. Now, this token is called Adventure Gold with the ticker symbol AGOLD. The only place that I can find that you can buy this token on so far is crypto.com. Essentially, AGOLD is quite an important part of the loot ecosystem. The reason for this is Adventure Gold has a few specific use cases. The first specific use case is it's a governance token, which is of course very good and it's needed in most projects. Now, the next big use case for AGOLD is that it can essentially be used as value in the loot ecosystem. When things are built on loot, well, you do need a bit of a currency for that. If you have games built on loot, you do need an in-game currency. And what better currency to use than loot's native currency, AGOLD? Of course, AGOLD could do a whole bunch more stuff. AGOLD could be used in a treasury and it could be taken out of that treasury whenever funding is needed. AGOLD could be used as a derivative token for loot derivatives. AGOLD could be used to gain yield on your loot project, and it could be used for a bunch of different stuff. Now, AGOLD is probably one of the better ways to invest in loot right now. This is because if you want to invest in loot, what you can do is you can either buy the actual NFT itself, and you can buy those words on a page, you can get the NFT. Now, the problem with this is it's out of the price range for most people. If you want to buy this NFT, well, you're probably going to need to spend $20,000 to buy the floor, and this is because people in the Ethereum ecosystem have way too much money. I don't have $20,000 that I can put into an NFT project like this, so of course I do need to buy the actual token. So this token serves as a way for individuals who are interested in the project but don't want to spend $20,000 on it. Now, As you can see, this project immediately had a huge hype wave. In the first day, this project went up to $7 as everybody was loving it. Now, I was sitting on the sidelines then and I was thinking this is a little bit stupid. There's so much hype around words on a page that has nothing in it right now. However, this has since retraced to around the $2 mark, and at the $2 mark, it's a $100 million market cap, and I was thinking, hey, I'm going to speculate a little bit, throw a bit of money into this project, and we'll see if anything happens. We'll see if the community builds on top of it. So A-Gold was essentially the way that I was going to get exposure to loot, and I decided to do this just yesterday. As we can see, the hype has really died off for Adventure Gold. On the first couple of days, over 1,000 NFTs were being sold, and these NFTs were being sold for, let's say, $50,000 to $100,000 per loot NFT. Absolutely insane. On this chart here, you can see that the highest loot NFT was ever sold was for $950,000 US, which is completely ludicrous to pay for some words on a page. However, people really do believe in this. Now, since then, the hype has really come down, and that's why I decided to make this video. I thought I'd wait for the hype to really die off so we could make a more reasoned and rationed opinion on this protocol. And overall, I do believe that the hype has died off quite a bit now, and a lot of people are still trying to build things on loot. It will be interesting to see where it goes, and I did think it would be a good idea to speculate on some loot. Now, the creator of loot essentially receives no money. The creator of loot did completely nothing. All he did was put words on a page. However, I do think that loot will be able to create value. The whole point of loot is over time the community will give it value. Whatever this value is, we don't 100% know yet. However, if the community really do work on it, there is no limit as to how high this project could potentially go. This project could potentially go to infinity because more and more can keep being built on it. It doesn't have an artificial hard cap because a creator can't create any more on it. Even big video games like Fortnite, there's only so much you can build around Fortnite. This is because Epic Games, the company, builds a certain amount around Fortnite, and that's essentially it. In loot, there's a whole universe that can be built out, and the community can keep doing more and more. I'd love to see what the community does over the coming years, and it will be very interesting. However, it is also important to note that this investment is unbelievably speculative. This is the most speculative investment I've ever made, and I am still very happy with it. However, this could very easily go to zero. There's a high chance that this investment does go to zero, and you do need to take that into account when you're looking into loot project. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord channel, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 700 subscribers and now we're really pushing for 800, and thanks for watching the video.